Hey Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and I want to welcome you tonight to the online workshop. I'm excited about this one. There's lots of stuff to show, and I had a hard time kind of figuring out exactly what to show. There's so much that I could go on for hours, and I don't think that anybody needs that. But anyway, I am thankful that you're here, and it'll be fun. As you can tell by the back of my room there, I actually kind of cleaned it up a little bit today. It's been a mess. For welcome you tonight to the online workshop. I'm excited about this one. There's lots of stuff to show. And here I thought I had checked everything out. Okay, we're good. I always think that I got everything figured out and then something goes awry, but that's all right. We're all covered. And anyway, I just wanted to welcome you. Glad you're here. I can see a few people's comments down below, so I know that you are out there listening to me. I'm hoping that you can hear me. Let me know if you can, and if you can't, I hope that you refresh or click that little arrow button to get it started. So hopefully somebody can hear me out there. I do have the air conditioning going in the room tonight because summer actually came to Red Lodge this past week, and it kind of went from 40-degree weather to 85-degree weather and 80, 85, and 80 here is hot. In fact, I spent the afternoon with my nephew's little boy. He's 4. We were running through the sprinklers and having water balloon fights and having a great time. So anyway, I'm a little exhausted from that day, but it sure was fun. So anyway, hopefully you can see me, you can hear me. I still haven't got anybody to comment that they can, so that makes me nervous. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I'll bring up my screen share. So I just wanted to, again, I'm still waiting to see here. Oh, good, Hawaii's here. Sound is good, yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I just wanted to get your interpretation. What do you think of the in colors? You've had a little time now to look at them, kind of get used to them. Play with them hopefully a little bit. These are some cards I made. As you can see, I just used the same stamp set over and over and over, and just made monochromatic cards where I used the dotted lace ribbon, which is my absolute favorite ribbon of all time. I love that ribbon. It's so soft and it's so easy to work with, and you can do a lot with it. You don't have to use the, like here I just used the edge of the scallop, and you could make it a ruffle. You could make it into flowers. There's going to be lots that I'm going to be doing with this over the next year for sure. The ribbon will be around. The colors will be around for 2 years. So let me know your thoughts. Do you have a favorite in color at this point or not? Oh, good. People can see and hear me. Uh-oh. Kelly needs to refresh her screen, and I will tell her that as soon as I get started on a video going up here, or technique. I'm trying to find my slides to figure out what I'm doing next. Sorry. Okay, so I just wondered what your favorite in color was. One of the things that I've got asked this week several times was people want to know about our different stamps, the wood stamps, the clear stamps, and the photopolymer stamps. And Stampin' Up! Actually did this video kind of explaining them. And I'm going to show you that. And then when it's all done, I will give you my impressions of each of the kinds of stamps and which ones are my favorites. So here we go.
We've got you covered with 3 styles of stamp sets. All of our stamp sets are made from superior materials here in the USA and are beautifully packaged in DVD-style cases with stamp images on the spine for quick and easy storage. All of our stamp storage coordinates, so no matter what style you choose, it will stack nicely. Our 3 styles are wood mount, clear mount, and photopolymer stamps. Our wood mount and clear mount stamps are made out of classic red rubber. Red rubber is really easy to stamp with and creates a beautiful, even image. Our wood mount stamps are made using farmed maple, and the corners are rounded for comfortable stamping. Stamp sets come die cut and unmounted. When you receive your stamp set, simply pop out the stamp and adhere it to your block. and then take the coordinating image off of the sheet and place it on the back. With wood mount stamps permanently mounted on wood blocks, they are always ready to go. Clear mount stamps also come die cut and come with the image labels. To adhere the stamp image label, simply pop out your stamp, remove the backing from the sticker and the back of the stamp, in place. Clear mount stamps can be positioned on clear acrylic blocks for perfect placement. One set of clear blocks will work for all of your stamps, and you can position several images on a single block for more creative combinations. With their slim profile, clear mount stamps offer a great space-saving solution, and being able to see through the block makes stamping a cinch. Photopolymer stamps offer precision alignment for alphabets, borders, and large text stamps because they're completely see-through, which also makes them great for two-step stamping. Photopolymer stamps are flexible and bendable for even more fun, creative options. And you can arrange multiple stamps on a single block for even more creative options. Something to note when using photopolymer is that you need to use a lighter touch than you would with red rubber stamping. And you may find that stamping on top of a grid paper or a stamping pierce mat would be helpful. No matter which style of stamps you prefer, we know you will love using our high quality stamps and creating beautiful images with our style of artwork. Be sure to contact your local demonstrator today for hands-on stamping experience or visit our...
Oh, there you go. Okay, so there was just a little brief description of the different kinds of stamps that we have. I'm coming back to the end colors because I wanted to tell you what my favorite one is, and it's hard to decide. I love them all, but I found myself this week using Watermelon Wonder and Cucumber Crush a lot. So, and also Tip Top Toe, but mostly Watermelon Wonder and Cucumber Crush. So anyway, as far as the stamps go, the different stamps, there's the wood mount, the clear mount, and the photopolymer. And I will tell you, when the photopolymer first came out, I did not care for them. And it wasn't that I had used them and decided I didn't like them. It was because I didn't want to change. I really preferred my wood stamps, and I liked the wood, but I didn't want to change. But I have to tell you that I have changed my mind over the last couple months, and I am totally on board with the photopolymer. I love them because you can see exactly where you're stamping. But I also love the wood mount. So if I'm going to buy a stamp set, if it comes in all three, wood, clear, or photopolymer, I would buy photopolymer. If it comes just in wood and clear, I would buy wood. And the reason is that I buy the photopolymer is because you can see right through where you're stamping. And I just did a quick card this afternoon. I just got the new butterfly set. It's this one here. And this happens to be, this was a set that totally I fell in love with the minute I saw it in the catalog. And I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it. This is what I did. One card, I just wanted to try it. But I just love how easy it is to line everything up. And it's fabulous. And I can't wait to put it together with the framelets. I don't know if you know, but our butterfly framelets from the Occasions mini catalog, which made it into the big catalog, coordinate with the new butterfly framelets so that you have all framelets, all the butterflies go together. It's awesome. And I can't wait to do a couple of tutorials on that and how to use them and how to play with them. And hopefully I will find some time. We'll see. Anyway, I love the photopolymer stamps. So I don't know. One of the things I wanted you guys to know that at any time that you have a question or a comment or whatnot, you can place your comments, as you know, down below. Lots of you are already. I will be monitoring them throughout the night for questions. I think this will probably take about an hour, depending on how many questions people have. If you are watching me live on my website, which you can be, there's a comment section, and I will be kind of trying to monitor that. It's hard to monitor every place that I'm showing up. If you're on YouTube, I will be able to monitor that if I didn't shut down that screen when we got started. I don't think I did, but I might have. And that might have been what the echo was that I shut down. But I will get back on there and I will check. And I just don't want to shut down the whole Hangout because, I don't know, it makes it kind of difficult. So Anyway, feel free to comment at any time. Let me know what you need to know or if you have questions. So I am going to continue on here with my slides. And go to slide 2. The next slide. Oh, the gift bag punch board. I love the gift bag punch board. And I did some projects this week with it, but I didn't want to jump right into a big new tutorial using the gift bag punch board until people had a little bit of background on how to use the gift bag punch board. So that's why I'm showing this one, and then it's going to lead into another project that I did with the gift bag punch board, making the bags bigger and able to fit cards, full-size cards in them. I think you're going to like that. So I will get this started, and then I will check for questions or comments.
Stampin' Up's gift bag punch board makes it so easy to package your small gifts and treats in darling custom gift bags. The board is designed to make 3 basic sized bags. We have small, medium, and large. Now the sizes refer to the base of the bags down here at the bottom. Once you get that base size determined, then you can choose to make your gift bag however short or tall you would like. The measurements for these bases are printed right here on the punch board, so they're easy to remember. I'm going to make a small gift bag for you today so you can see how easy it goes together. So I need a 10-inch piece of cardstock. Now to begin, I'm going to take the edge of my cardstock and line it up here at the start line. And I need to pull out my scoring tool here. I'm going to give it a punch and then score the horizontal line. And my vertical line, I'm going to choose based on the size of my bag. So I'm going to use this first line here because I'm making a small bag and score that. Now that's going to be the front of my bag. To make my first side gusset, I'm going to take this score line and advance that so it lines up with my start line. And then score the triangle piece right here in my gusset, both sides of the triangle. Then the center fold and the side. I also need to remember to punch and score the horizontal line. And now I'm just going to repeat that process again to create the back of my box and the second side gusset. Now all of my scoring and punching is done. I have kind of this funny tab down here at the end, and so I'm going to just use some paper snips to angle off those edges. It just kind of gives your finished bag a nice polished look. Now before I fold this and put it together, I also have the option of punching some ribbon holes on the side that you could make a cute ribbon closure or attach some ribbon handles. To do that, you just line your score lines up with the reverse punch on this side of the punch board. I'll just do one to show you how it works. If you ever wonder whether it looks right or if you're punching it the right way, you can always refer to the pictured finished result right here, and there's printed instructions as well to walk you through the process. So once you get it all punched and scored, we're ready to put our gift.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. I think I know by now.
Stampin' Up's. If you ever wonder whether it looks right or if you're punching it the right way, you can always refer to the pictured finished result right here, and there's printed instructions as well to walk you through the process. So once you get it all punched and scored, we're ready to put our gift bag together. Let me do that for you.
I wish I could put them together that fast.
So now my gift bag is ready to go. Now the one I scored for you was the small size one. This one is actually the medium size bag, but you can see how my holes line up. I would just thread the ribbon through there to create a cute ribbon closure, and my bag would be ready to go. Now I used a neutral shade of cardstock today because I wanted it to be easy for you to see what I was doing. But remember, Stampin' Up! Has all of the supplies you need to dress these up with darling tags and paper to match any occasion or color scheme. So be sure to talk to your demonstrator or visit our...
Okay, so there was the gift bag punch board video. I wanted to let people know that Bonnie and Norm are over on my website, and I am able to catch your comments. So that's awesome. Pam asked, is there a trick to lining up the flower stamps with the punches? Pam, if you could type down there which flower stamps and which punches you're talking about, I could certainly help you better. So if you want to go ahead and let me know which ones you're talking about, if I have them, I can pull them out and I can actually show you. So anyway, this is one of the projects that I made with the gift bag punch board, but I made the bag wider than what the punch board allows for. And I wanted to show you a video quickly how you can make your bags wider, bigger, whatever size you want. It's just really a lot of fun. Let's see, Lorene asked, have you tried making the bags using the dimensions on the instruction sheets? The smallest size ended up becoming a box because it was so small. I made a video on this gift bag punch board. Have you tried? The smallest size ended up being a box because it was so small. Yeah, you know, I've learned a lot about the gift bag punch board, and you can make boxes with them, and you can make all kinds of bags. The length of your paper for a small box, now when we're talking small, medium, and large, you're just talking the width of the bag. So it can be as tall as you want it or as short as you want it. I hope that makes sense. But I want you to see this video that I made so that you will be able to make bags that will hold cards or bags that will hold bigger presents. But this was just a really fun one, and I've got a these are the cards that are actually in that bag. This happens to be one of my favorite sets, the Sprinkles of Life Ronald McDonald set. Here's the video. Hi Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and today I'm going to show you how I made this gift bag using the gift bag punch board from Stampin' Up! And some of the Bohemian Designer Series paper. But this is a great size bag because it holds regular size cards. And so I do have a video showing how I did these cards in a quick and easy way, which I will link into this video so you can go ahead and watch it. But I just wanted to show you real quickly how to do a bigger bag that will fit your regular size cards. So let's get started. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to come in with a sheet of cardstock or Designer Series paper that is 12 by 12 inches. And what you're looking for when you're doing this bag is a piece of paper that has a pretty consistent print. So even if I turn it this way, it's still gonna look good. So like on this side, I'm gonna use a strip this long, and then I'm gonna use a strip this on this side for the side of the bag. And so it wouldn't look right because most of the bag would be going this way and then one side of the print would be off. So you wanna use the side of the paper that has the most consistency across it. And I'm gonna come in with my cutter. And on this one, I'm actually going to cut this down to 7 1/4. So I need a piece that's 7 1/4 by 12. And then another piece that I'm going to come in, and I just want this to be 2 1/2 by 7 1/4. This is going to end up being the side of most of my bags. And so there's the two pieces that I need to complete the bag. And then I'm going to go ahead and come in with the not the gift bag punch board yet. Actually, I need this piece here. I need to score it. And I actually could have used the scoring blade on my cutter, but I brought this in. So we're going to cut it at 4 5/8, and then 11 3/8. And I use the bigger ball of my scoring when I'm using Designer Series paper, so it just does a light score line. I don't need it to be real deep, and I don't want to rip that paper. So once I've done that, I'm going to move that on the side. Now I'm going to come in with my gift bag punch board, and I'm going to start like I would with a normal bag
a regular bag. I'm gonna go ahead and score across the top, punch, lining it up with the start line, and then bring it over to that score line that I did at 4 3/8, and I'm gonna line that up. And this is the front of the bag. This is gonna be a side. So a side panel, and a punch. And then I'm gonna go ahead and move that over, lining up that score line with that little arrow, and punch that, bring that across. And then I'm gonna come to the other score line that I made at 11 3/8 and punch. And so this piece is ready to go. And then the last thing I need to do is come in with that other piece of cardstock that I cut down, and I'm gonna line that up at the start. And this actually happens to just be a side. So we're just gonna score it at the side mark and the triangle and punch, and then line up that score line with the little thing and punch it. And so that's how you do your bag. So this is gonna end up being a bag that's big enough for cards to pop into. So what I do next is I actually come in and I'm gonna just go ahead and trim that edge and this edge. And the reason I do that is because I think it makes the box fold together better. And like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and come in and go ahead and fold on my score lines. And I'm not gonna bother folding on the triangles on the sides because it doesn't matter. They'll bend in if I want them to. I don't really need them to at this point. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fold those lines and then come in with this piece and fold on that line. And then what you're gonna see me do now is I'm actually going to attach them. So I'm gonna use the tear and tape from Stampin' Up. It's our new tape that holds boxes together. I'm gonna tape that together, and then you can see how this bag gets bigger and longer and goes together, and it's going to fit cards, which is awesome. So go ahead and put your tape down along that edge, tear it off. I'm gonna do it on this piece too. Might as well do all of my taping. I can't believe how easy this is. And then on this, I'm gonna go ahead and tape one of those. And if you want to, you can tape your sides. I am not gonna worry about putting tape on those. So once I've got that together, first thing I'm gonna do is this piece here, you're gonna pull off the tape, and this is actually gonna line up as the side of our bag. So make sure it's flush at the top, flush at the bottom. Perfect. Then this piece, I actually fold my bag in and then pull this piece off and fold this one into it. And that way it should line up. If all your score lines are straight, which they should be, you're gonna get your bag. You can see how it starts to go together. And then you just put it together. Oh, I guess I could have folded these. I'll do it now. Before I put my bag together, I'm gonna go fold those. And I fold this one down. This one's the one with the tape on it, so that has to go. So I'm gonna put the two inside, pull the one with the tape off, square up my box, and then, or my bag, excuse me, and there you go. There's a bag that's going to fit your cards right inside there. So you can see how these cards would just slide right inside there. And then on this particular bag, I just used some of the scraps that I had left over. You have lots of strips of paper left over, and I cut it with the banners and then added just a little bit of the sequins and some of that brand new lace trim ribbon, and then some other ribbon for a handle. Just made it really quick and easy and a lot of fun. So the gift bag punch board can do lots of different sizes. It just depends on how many strips you want to tape together. So I hope you enjoyed that.
Okay, so that's the gift bag punch board. I'm never going to be able to say that right. And it's a lot of fun. I like the looks of it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I did send out in my newsletter this week this particular tutorial of the cards that I put inside that bag. but I think I'm going to show it again because I have some other samples that I've done up using the same exact technique. And I want you to see once how it's all done. Then I want you to see the different cards that I made. But I do have a few questions here. So, oh, Julie asks, do we have a favorite new item yet? I have a whole list of favorite new items. I'm kind of turning around to look to see what's out on my thing. The one that I've been using the most as far as a tool goes is the gift bag punch board. That's my favorite tool. My favorite stamp set, I'm going to come back on screen here. My favorite stamp set, even though I haven't done much with it, is still going to be this butterfly one at this point. I love this stamp set. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. My favorite paper, see, I have to do it in different, there's not just one. So I'm going to pull out the favorite paper so that you guys can actually see it. Secret Garden, I believe it's called. This is the paper. I'll show it to you here. I absolutely think this is gorgeous. And I can't wait till I can sit down and play with it. So this is one side. This is actually a big pink stripe. It's beautiful. And then this is the back side. Check out those little bees. They're so cute. Anyway, this is my favorite new paper. So, you know, my favorites will change. My favorites will be different every time somebody asks me over the next year, what's your favorite? It'll totally change. That's just the way I am. So anyway, another question. Did the tear-in tape replace the double-sided red tape? Yes, the tear-in tape, that's going to be really weird to say, is been replaced. It replaces what we call sticky strip. And I will tell you, I wasn't very happy because I like sticky strip, but it is really convenient to have a tape that just tears like that, and you can use it and tear it, and it is holding together my boxes and my bags. So I do like it. I like it a lot, and you know, change is okay. Change is okay. Love the bigger bag. Thanks, Diane. I do too. I really like the gift bag punch board, but to be able to do packets of cards in a matching gift bag, how fun is that? And honestly, this is what we do. You know, we love to stamp, so make cute things to give to people. How do the bags made with the punch board compare in size to the bags made with the mini treat bag thinlits? Okay, so I'll go get that during the next video, and I can actually show you some of the bags that have been made with the mini thinlits, and I can show you bags that have been made with the gift bag punch board. So that's awesome. Are the instructions for the gift bag that holds the cards on your blog? That is the measurements. They are not yet. That actually is the first time I've shown that video, but I do plan to put that up hopefully tomorrow. But the video will be available after this is over. I'm going to pop the slides that I'm showing tonight down below where the video on Facebook where you're watching it. The slides will all be there, and you can go through and click through and watch that video again. I might pop the video up, except that I like to have it up with the measurements on my blog when I do that. And I'm not sure. I'm leaving town tomorrow in the morning, and I'm not sure I'm going to have time. But if not, it will be up by Monday. Oh, Petra came to say hello. Oh, and then she went away. Okay, so I am going to show the card making video because I love this technique. It's not new. It's not a new technique. It's been around forever. But it's fabulous, and wait to see some of the other stuff I did with it. So here is that video.
Hi Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and today I'm here to show you a really fun, easy way to make a whole bunch of cards in a short amount of time. And so what I used for these cards is the Bohemian Designer Series paper and a couple of stamp sets. So I'm just going to quick show those. This is the Bohemian Borders, which I actually used on the inside of my cards and on my envelopes. You can see that there. And then for my words, I went ahead and used this stamp set, Lovely Amazing You. This is one of my favorite photopolymer stamps from Stampin' Up. And it's not in the catalog, but it is in the online store. And that is the one I used there. Can't thank you enough. But I do love the Love You More Than Chocolate and You Make My Heart Happy. I've used a lot of these stamps over the last couple months. So let me show you how we get started. So to begin with, I'm going to take a couple of sheets of the Bohemian Rhapsody paper. And I love this paper. This happened to be one of my favorite papers out of the new catalog. There's actually 12 different designs. So there's 6 on one side and then 6 on the other. I'm just going to go ahead and do this with 2 because I just want to show you quickly an easy way to make a whole bunch of cards. Now, in Stampin' Up's catalog this year, they have placed some cardstock packs that coordinate with the designer series paper. So for instance, this one, Rich Razzleberry, Delightful Dijon, and Bermuda Bay, comes in a pack of 24 sheets. So you get 6 of each kind of cardstock that coordinates with the designer series paper. I love that. One of the things that I found is when I use this technique that I'm using today, I can get actually 75 cards out of a pack of designer series paper, 2 packs of the cardstock, and some envelopes. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my designer series paper, oh, that's the scoring blade, use the cutting side, to 4-inch strips. And so I end up with 2 4x12-inch strips. And then I'm going to take it sideways and I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4. And you're going to go ahead and I just cut 2 of those at 5 1/4. And that gives me my bases for 4 cards. Then I have this little strip here, and I'm just going to line this up and actually cut off 1/2-inch strips. And then this last one I'll line up here. Actually, I only need 1 this time. I'm going to show you what I did with the other 1-inch strips. So you're just going to go ahead and cut your cardstock so you have the pieces, and then you're going to take one of your card bases. So this is 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 5 1/2 for this card, and score it at 4 1/4. And fold it, and that gives me my card base. And then I'm going to take 2 of the sheets. I keep putting the cutter away, but I need it. 2 of the sheets that are 4 by 5 1/4, and this time I'm just going to cut them off at, and you can just pick a random number, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cut these off at 2-inch strips. And so then what you've got is you've got these 2 pieces, and then I have to find adhesive. Just a moment. Once you have everything cut, it's fairly quick to put together. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use this piece of Rich Razzleberry. I'm going to take my top piece and put some adhesive on it, and that's going to go up to the top of my card. And then this bottom piece is going to be the bottom of my card. And you can see, because I cut those 4 by 5 1/4, they just line up real nicely on that piece of cardstock. And then I've got these pieces of cardstock that I cut, and so I'm going to use a different piece to go across my middle. So these are just little 1/2-inch strips, and that's going to go across the middle. And then all I need to do is add a sentiment or a flower or whatever, anything that you want to add to it to make it into your card. Very fast, very quick, and very easy. And if you're going to do the inside card, I just cut these 4 by 5 1/4 too, and then stamped the little border. And then I also took that same stamp set and I actually stamped some envelopes to coordinate. I did a couple different kinds here. I did these too. So these coordinate with the inside of these cards. And let me show you what I did with all my little pieces of 1-inch strip that I had left. I had a bunch of those. So I took those 1-inch strips and just attached them onto card bases. I love these cards. And I ended up with 3 pieces extra. And so I just made little banners to go across and then to put the same exact embellishment. But this embellishment could be anything. So there you have it, a really fast, quick, easy way to make 75 cards. And you just mix and match all your different designer series paper in a pack, and you come up with a big variety of cards. So there you have it. This is my...
Okay, so, click through my slides already, sorry. So anyway, that is a really quick and easy way to do 75 cards. And one of the things I love about the new catalog is that you can get designer series paper, and now we have a cardstock pack that coordinates with it. And so with a designer series paper pack, 2 packs of cardstock, of the coordinating cardstock, You get 75 cards. Fast, easy, easy, easy. Okay, so I had lots of questions. Somebody asked, darn it, sometimes the chat box goes so fast I can't keep up with who asked. So somebody asked about the Thinlits bag. That's this little one here. This was one that was made, or that I made for somebody. So this was the little Thinlit bag. It's the little thin one, right? It's a great little bag to put things in. It doesn't fit card size though. It's a little bit smaller, but it's still a great, cute little bag. Now with that little Thinlit, of course, the Demonstrator came up with a way to make it into a regular size bag by adding side gussets. So there is, I think you cut 2. I have to be honest, I haven't made one. Somebody made this for me. Yeah, it looks like they cut 2 and then put them together to make a little bag. So this is the width of the smallest bag that the gift bag punch board makes. This is the width of it. So the width is this. So when it says small, we're going this way. It can be as tall as you want it, as tall as your paper. This would be the medium size. So you can see the difference in the size of the bag. And then this would be the large bag. And then you would have the card size bag that I made, which is bigger back there. Oh, I wanted to show this. This is just another closure for the gift bag punch board. Right, and so on this one, I just cut off the top and put a little piece of Velcro to close it up. So just another way to do it. I made a whole bunch of boxes and bags with that, and over the next couple weeks, they'll be showing up. And if my room were cleaner, I'd probably have a beautiful display here of them all, but my room isn't very clean. So there you have it. Somebody asked about if I liked better the fast fuse or the tear and tape, and I will tell you I like the tear and tape better. You have to practice with the fast fuse, I keep hearing, and I try to do it, and I'm doing it with too hard of a touch. I need to lighten up my touch on it, and it'll work better. People say I will love it. Once I do that, I just haven't gotten the hang of it at this point. So I probably am going to be more using the tear and tape than I will the fast fuse. I love snail adhesive, but I think I'm just pressing too hard. So I'm going to have to spend some time just practicing it. And I'm sure I'll figure it out. Oh, one of the things I like about doing this at my house is that people can ask questions. And I just had a question asked about the rain gutter that's up against the wall right there. You see it? All the way up against the wall there. So it really is a rain gutter. I bought it at Home Depot or Lowe's or something. Holds all my ribbon. They're all tucked down inside there very neatly for the most part. All of my ribbons are down there. So I'm really sorry about that dinging. For some reason, my messages are coming up on my computer, and I don't know how to shut it off. And I exercise in the mornings with a group of gals, and I can see that now all of a sudden tomorrow we're not exercising, we're going to breakfast. And so it's starting to chat. And if I could figure out how to shut it off, I would. I'm really sorry. It's kind of irritating. Cheryl asked where are we signed in. Cheryl, you're signed in. If you can comment, you're here and you're signed in and everything's good. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down there in the box of chat and I will answer them. Oh, good. I'm glad that you liked that I shared that, Julie, because I did share that earlier this week in my newsletter and I didn't want to be too redundant. But let me show you some of the cards. Oh, this is where I was telling you. So a pack of designer series paper. Oh, I bet I didn't flip it over. See, I do that a lot. Sorry. Go back to my screen here. So this is where I was talking about a pack of designer series paper, 2 packs of the coordinating cardstocks for that particular paper, and all of our designer papers now have a coordinating pack of cardstock, which is awesome. You can get 75 cards with 2 packs of cardstock and a pack of designer series paper, and you can make all kinds of stuff, and it's just really a lot of fun. Lorraine just told me I was hilarious. She likes the rain gutter. I do too. Let me show you some other cards I did. Ta-da! Okay, this is using some of a designer series paper stack. It's called Pretty Petals, I believe. Let me grab it. Easier said than done. It is called, yeah, Pretty Petals Designer Series Paper Stack. And it's beautiful. I'll show it to you, but you guys can see it. It's gorgeous. And then these are some more cards I made. So you can see I got a wide variety of cards in a short amount of time. And I'm, you know, it's awesome. So fun ways to just do lots of different cards. So for those particular cards, I use the Pretty Petals. These cards, I use the Pretty Petals paper stack. There's the cardstock that coordinates with it. The Tin of Card stamp sets, which is right now one of my favorite stamp sets. I love, as for sentiments, this one is going to be my tops, and I think it's going to be my tops for a while. I love the fonts, and I love the look of it. I used Memento ink, the decorative label punch, and the Very Vanilla satin ribbon. Those are the products that I used to make these cards, and it didn't take very long. Oh, I used a little bit of the pearls. I see that now. But I got a wide variety of fun floral cards. So you can see that any of our designer series paper, this technique will work with. And instead of using a piece of half a strip of paper across, I just tied it with a ribbon. It was fun and it was pretty. So, and I really wanted to stick with just a few products so that, you know, you weren't having to spend a fortune. Okay, so the next project that I'm doing involves the Ronald McDonald set. I just wanted to quick make it, see if we have any questions. Okay, looks like we're pretty good. I will check over on my website and on YouTube at the break here, or while you guys are watching this. Okay. Linda, thanks. I'm glad that you love it. Julie can't wait to see if you make 75 cards out of that pretty garden paper you showed a few minutes ago. I think I'm going to. I love that paper. I think I'm going to do, honestly, I want to do cards with all of the designer series papers. So why not? It's awesome. But with that paper, Julie, I'm going to add in different ribbons across the bottom because I just think that paper is screaming for ribbons. Ribbons and flowers and butterflies. Did you say Lovely Amazing You was a stamp set but not in the book? Yes, Lovely Amazing You is a photopolymer stamp set that is available in the online store. It was one of our sets that came out every month. We used to, last year, every month we had a new set come out and they were available for at least 6 months. Lovely Amazing You is still in the store. It's still available. In fact, I'm going to write myself a note, Pam, and hope that I remember to show it to you when we get towards the ends of this, how to find it in the store. So I'm going to write myself a note. Let's hope I remember. If I don't, remind me. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to do the next project, which is a cute little project using Sprinkles of Life.
Hi Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and today I'm here to show you how to make this cute little gift tag or a gift card holder for a fun birthday present. And the products that I'm using today are the Sprinkles of Life stamp set, which is our Ronald McDonald stamp set through Stampin' Up! This year. And I love this set. I think it's very versatile. I think it's probably one of the most versatile sets that we've ever had. But what I really love about it is that $3 for every purchase of this stamp set goes to the Ronald McDonald House. And that's just an awesome charity to support. And the other thing that I'm using is the matching coordinating punch that goes with that. You can see it's a tree builder punch. And this is a great punch by itself. But then when you add it in with the stamp set, you can see where you can punch out some of those pieces and just make it easier to use. And so to begin with on this little project, I am using the Cherry on Top Designer Series paper, and you can see there's lots of different kinds of paper in here. It's really fun, bold colors, bright bold colors. But I went ahead and chose one of the patterns in there. This one with the balloons on the back, or on this side, and then the green dash lines on this side. And I'm going to go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an envelope with the envelope punch board. And so when you look at your envelope punch board, I am making an envelope that is I don't know if it's 3 inches by 3 inches. So I need a piece of cardstock that's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And so I'm going to line that up on my cutter here, 5 1/4. And I'll save these because I'm sure I'll use them for some other project. By 5 1/4. And then I'm going to come in with my envelope punch board, and this is a great little punch board. You can make all different sizes, lots of different sizes of envelopes for lots of different things. But this one actually is 2 5/8 is my mark up here that I'm lining up to. With the punch board, you go diagonally and you punch. And then the rest of the time around, you line it up with the score line and that little arrow that comes out of there. And I'm going to go around on all 4 sides doing that same thing, lining that up. And on this designer series paper, it just depends. Sometimes you can see better on this side of the print, and sometimes you can actually see better on this side. And you'll just have to look at that when you're trying to lining up, when you're trying to score your lines. So the other thing that I want you to know is that it also has on here, on this end, it has a little corner rounder. So I'm going to fold these in. And bring this up to make my little envelope. And I do want the balloons, I think, on the outside. Well, maybe not. It's so hard to decide. Yeah, I do. So you have to decide which side you want to be the outside of your folder, which side you want to be the inside. And then that very top one, I'm just going to go ahead and just give that top rounded corner. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and just add a little adhesive on here. So I'll go that way with it, and then I'll bring a little bit more adhesive. I'm just using the snail on this because I don't suspect it's going to get a lot of dings and bumps and bruises. But if you wanted to, you could use our new tear and tape sticky tape that would hold that together. So there is the little pocket that I did. And now to do the inside of my little card, which is this here, it's just kind of a lot of fun to use that punch in a different way, that scallop punch. So I'm coming in with a piece of tip top taupe, and the measurement is 3 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to go ahead and use the scallop topper punch. And now this isn't going to fit in the gutter, but I'm going to go ahead and bring it over the top of the gutter and around to the back. And then you just want to make sure that you can feel it, that it's butted up against the edge there. The paper is, and you can feel that in the punch. And then I just make sure I'm kind of lined up on both sides evenly. Punch down. And this just gives you a new way to use the punch. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim off those 2 pieces on the edges. And what that gives me is that gives me a piece. This is actually 2 3/4 that I can actually line up right inside that square. The square happens to be a 3 by 3 square now. So that's how you do that. Now, the stamping part, I'm coming in with some colors of cardstock and the Tip Top Taupe ink. And I'm going to start by stamping up the little cupcake bottom. Now this could be a cupcake bottom or a basket bottom. And I'm going to stamp that on a piece of the designer series paper. And then I'm going to stamp my cupcake top, which could be a cupcake top or a cloud, depending on what you want to make it. And then I have a candle that I want to do in the yellow. And so to start with, I'm going to go ahead with that tree builder punch. And you can see how that cupcake top fits right into that punch. And you punch that out and you've got that piece done. Now these other 2 pieces, this one on the designer series paper, this is a pretty quick, easy cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim this out. For my bottom of my cupcake. And I like how the designer series paper makes it look like a cupcake wrapper. And then the candle has to be cut out too. So once I have those cut and ready to go, I'm going to take my piece here that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and I am just going to stamp it near the bottom with the happy birthday, and then add my cupcake bottom, and then using a dimensional, I'm going to go ahead and add the top of my cupcake. And then just with a little bit of the snail, I'm going to put my
Darn it. Sorry.
And then just with a little bit of the snail, I'm going to put my candle on. And then one of the things that I did is I took the Dazzling Details, that's our glitter and glue, and added a little glitter to the top of my, or to the flame. And then I actually went on and just added just a tad bit of glitter and details, or glitter, to the shaded parts of this cupcake. And it just adds some fun to the actual cupcake. Now, if you do that, what you need to do is you need to set it aside and let it dry, because if you flip it over, you're going to get glitter glue all over. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add some glue to this piece and then layer that on top there. You can see how quickly this can go together. And then for the front of my envelope, I'm going to take a strip of 7.5 by 1/2 inch white cardstock and just another scrap of Whisper White. And I'm going to take the words from one of the words or sentiments from that set. This one says, "You are the sprinkles on the cupcake of life." I'm going to stamp that down. And then I'm going to come in with the smaller oval punch. And that lines right up inside there. Punch that out. And then I'm going to take another piece of that cardstock. This happens to be crushed curry. And add that to my oval. And then I'm going to take this little strip from the back of the envelope and bring it around to the front. Like a little belly band. And add that on there. And then taking another dimensional, or 2. I think I'll do 2 this time. I'm going to go ahead and put that right over where that came together. And there you have just a quick envelope card, and this is going to go in there. And then last but not least, I took some of the of our 1-inch lace ribbon. This happens to be Watermelon Wonder. The other card had the Cucumber Crush. Either one works. I'm going to add that to the top. Add just a tiny bit of baker's twine if I can find the end. Let's bring that around. There we go. You can go ahead and trim up your ribbons. I know I want to be a little careful because that still is wet, so I need that to dry. But there you have it. Just a really cute, simple, fun little gift tag. And with that paper, you'll get lots of different kinds, lots of different styles that you can mix and match the papers with. But I hope you enjoyed that. And if you...
Okay, so that is the Sprinkles of Life set. These are actually the projects that I made up close. But a lot of fun, quick, easy. You can slide a little gift card actually down inside there if you needed to. So I am going to come back up on screen because I had a few more questions that I wanted to answer. Oops. Hit the wrong button. Hope I didn't lose you. No, I did. Okay. So I had somebody ask, Pam asked the difference between Memento ink and StazOn ink. And I'm going to explain it to you as fast as I can. No, not as fast as I can. So Memento ink is a dye-based ink. So it cleans up with water. It's easy. It doesn't stain your stamps. It's really good with photopolymer because it won't do any staining. Good for just straight stamping. It's a great black. StazOn is a solvent ink. God, I just had the word too. It's a solvent ink, and it's great for watercoloring with. It's great for stamping on plastic or tin or wood. It's permanent. So if you use it on your photopolymer stamps, it's going to stain them. So some people don't like to use it with the photopolymer just because it stains them. Your stained photopolymer stamps are not, they're still going to work. They're not, it doesn't ruin them. It's just that they just get stains on them. Because this will dry on plastic and tin and wood and all that other fun stuff. Cello bags, you can stamp on cello bags with StazOn, and and it will dry. That's why it's a permanent ink. Stays on is great for watercoloring, or if you're doing anything with markers that you don't want it to bleed, I would recommend Stays on. So those are the two differences, I think. I hope that answers your question. Jackie asked, do you like the new banner punch? Yes, of course I do. I'm not gonna though. The only punch that I wasn't so sure about was the little washi tape one. I wasn't sure if I would ever use, I would just use washi tape. I don't know if I would ever use, although I shouldn't say that because I did see a card done with it and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. But so yes, I do like the banner punch. I was one that just trimmed them with my scissors, and it's so much easier. And you can do it, you know, it's the gutters are set for 1, 1.5, and 2 inch, but you can do other strips of paper and just line them up in the gutters, kind of making sure they're even. So do I have a problem with my tree punch? Janine asked about the tree punch for the Sprinkles of Life. And you know what, Janine? I found that I don't have a problem with it unless I'm trying to punch, unless I stick a big piece of cardstock in there and try to cut all of those pieces out. That's when I start to have issues. So what I do is I will slide, I don't know if you noticed in that video, but I just slid the cupcake top down in, so just the cupcake top got punched. You could punch up some of these little ones. But if I stuck the whole paper in there and tried to punch all those out, it does get a little hard, and sometimes they get a little frayed. So for like the tree, I would probably take a 1-inch strip of paper and slide it in through here and line it up with just the tree instead of trying to do the whole thing. I hope that makes sense. I know some people are having some issues, but I really found that if I don't try to punch out the whole punch at one time, I'm not having the issues that other people are having. So I hope that helps. Anita said, thanks for supporting the Ronald McDonald houses. Yeah, I'm thankful that they were there for you, Anita. It's awesome. It's a great, in fact, I just drove by the Ronald McDonald house. We don't have one here in town because we're too small, but 60 miles away there's one, and we drove by the other day. And I am always amazed at how beautiful it is, number one, and how much bigger it is since my kids were babies. I did have, both of my children were in ICU for at least a week when they were born. I was lucky enough my parents lived there, so I didn't have to stay at the Ronald McDonald house. But I'm thankful for those people that need it, that it's there. So I love that Stampin' Up! Supports that, and I love this year's stamp set. I think it's going to be a great fundraiser for Ronald McDonald. So thank you for supporting us. Okay, so I think everybody's got their questions answered to this point. I wanted to do a shout out to Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Glad you made it tonight. She sent me an email while that video was playing that she was here. And so she's been a big fan of mine, and I'm just glad she made it tonight. I want you to know that I have been checking YouTube. There were some comments on there, but I didn't really see any questions. So I hope that we got all that covered. Oh, Janine, I hope that works. Try that with that punch. Maybe that's all it is. So, okay. I am not sure what we got left, but let's get back to this videos here. Oh, I have a slide of, okay, the projects that I made. This was actually a project that I made this week in a workshop that I did for a gal. It was kind of fun. And then this is all the products that I used to make that. So I did tell you that these slides will be available afterwards. I'll just pop them up underneath the video in the Facebook group and the website, and you'll be able to watch the slide, go through the slides, and you can actually click through and watch the videos again, or you can click through and see what products I used, or even get up close-up pictures of some of the things I've made. All of these links actually are clickable, so if you click that, it's going to take you right to the online store. Okay, now, I don't want to get too carried away with this, but I do want people to know that there are so many fun things coming out with Stampin' Up! Right now, and Stampin' Up! Has a great sign-up special for to become a demonstrator. And I just want you to be aware that you can get 2 free stamp sets on top of all the other wonderful things that come in the kit. So just realize that that's going on through June. But I did want to show quickly while you're here, as long as I got you here, come back to the screen. This week we get a magazine every other month as demonstrators called Stampin' Success. There's always great projects on the front. And this one was loaded, and I have to show you quickly. This is something I just put out a call on our Facebook page for Red Lodge Classifieds to get Altoid tins. And I know years ago Altoid tins were huge and they were big, making little altered Altoid tins, but look at this one in this book. How stinking cute is that? Okay, so this is the Altoid tin here. The cover, you can see they used the butterfly and the papers. And then this is inside of it, and it's a little scrapbook. See how it tucks inside there? So cute. Anyway, just a fun, really cute idea. I am going to make one of these. I put a call out, and I actually had people say, I have so I can't wait to make that. That'll be fun. And there was a couple other things. Oh, this might look familiar to you, but this is the card that I stamped with the butterflies. And then there's another little sample here. I love this one. But anyway, it just kind of gives us, it's a great little tool as a demonstrator or as a customer or as a person that loves to stamp. Just another benefit of being a demonstrator. Oh, I do see that there's some more questions. So let me see what my next slide is here. Oh yeah, is your wish list long? Sign up. 2 free sets until the end of June. If you have questions or you're interested in that, just, oh, you know what? You're not on. You're actually looking at me. I think you're looking at the screen and you're actually looking at me. If you have questions, just contact me. I'd love to talk to you about it. I encourage everybody to sign up because who doesn't like a discount? Okay, so Tracy, can you make large and small envelopes with the envelope punch board, like a 4x4 card or the 4 1/4 by 5.5, or just the bigger than that? Oh yeah, there's like 60 different sizes of envelopes on the envelope punch board, Tracy. So you decide what envelope you want, and then it tells you how big your paper needs to be, and it tells you which measurement start is. I do have I'm going to send you a video, Tracy, on using the envelope punch board. I think it'll show you how to use. It'll show you what I'm talking about when I say you can make 60 different size envelopes. You can make all different sizes. I saw that you can pre-stain polymer stamps with the light ink and other darker inks will not stain. I wonder if the stays on would still stain after that. Gina, I did see people doing that when they talk about pre-staining the photopolymer. I think they use like a yellow or a light color to stain them, and then the darker inks will usually come off. But I'm not. I would think the stays on would stay on there because it's a solvent-based ink. So it's not going to hurt them. It's just going to stain them. So, oh, Barb, thank you. Glad you're here. Julie Grossel, I wish we could get the magazine from Stampin' Up. I know a way that you can. Yeah, it is it's fun magazine. It's just fun to get and see what kind of projects they're showing us. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, weekly deals this week. These are the weekly deals. There's some good ones out here. I think this Whisper White satin ribbon is great because you can stain it to make it any color that you would like it. Glitter paper is big. Oh, oops. Glitter paper is big. So those are just the weekly deals. I'm actually looking at getting that alphabet rotary stamp. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, this month's tutorial is using the butterfly thinlits and a lot of sponging and masking. So that's the tutorial. If you are in my virtual club and place your order, you'll get that this month. Or if you place a $40 order, I send you a tutorial in your email. So we're back. We're coming to the end here. As we all know, there's just a few more minutes of this. So I'm going to keep watching for questions. I am going to tell you that right now for the next 48 hours, this offer ends June 13th. If you use that hostess code and you shop in my online store, I will send you a package with some fun new products. I'm not really sure at this point. There's so much to choose from, so I'm just kind of going to look through. But I want to just show you one thing this week. So last week I did a catalog premiere party open house, and I told people anybody that placed an order was going to get a packet of designer series paper. Those went out in the mail today. So everybody that placed an order last week, if you're here, will get that Saturday or Monday is kind of the dates that I had from the post office today. But everybody got a packet of 4x6 of all the designer series papers. Not the designer series paper stacks, but all the other designer series papers. There's 8 packs of them. Everybody got a sheet of each kind inside there. I'll quickly go through this. You might want to stick around for the door prize because this is one of them. So anyway, fun. You get a 4x6 sheet of every kind of designer series paper we have. And what's great about these is that they're the perfect size to do those cards with that I showed tonight. So bonus there. I did have a few questions. Oh, Debbie asked, for the 75 card project, do you have cutting measurements of the 12x12 designer series paper? I do. I am going to put them up on my, they're actually in the video. The video is going to go up on my website tomorrow. Hopefully. I cut them into 4-inch strips, and then I cut them into 5 1/4, and then I cut them, the 5 1/4 by 4, I cut down by 2 inches. That's the part I flip. And then little 1/2-inch strips. So it's not hard. They're not hard measurements. So hopefully, yes, Pam, I can show you where the where that stamp set is. So let me get back up on screen share. This time I'm going to go to the store and I want to show you where you put the hostess code and where those photopolymer stamps are. Let's hope I can find them. I thought I had, just hang on a minute here. Oh, here it is. I found it. There it is. Okay, so here's the online store that we're at right now. And so you're going to come up here and click store. And I'm going to come over to search. What was it called? Lovely. Let's just put lovely and see if we find it. Here it is. Lovely Amazing You. It's a photopolymer stamp set. There's 8 stamps in it. That's what it looks like. There's some samples done with it. It's $15 and the number is 140594. 140594. That's how you get the to the Lovely Amazing You stamp set. So if you're going to place an order, I'm going to pop that in my bag, and then I'm going to view my shopping cart. And this is where you want to put your hostess code. You want to pop it right down inside this little box here and hit apply. And when you do that, let me see if I can do it. So when that does that, when you hit apply, then it comes up and it says that this code is for Diane Dimich. And that will just tell me that you are part of this party, and then I make sure that I send you that packet of fun products, of some of the new products. And how the packets work is it just depends on how many orders I get and how much I can actually get in the hostess benefits, and then I split them up between people. It's a lot of fun, and everybody gets some great free product. So there is the stamp set. I hope that helped. And if there's any other questions, for those of you who are on YouTube, down in the description, there's a little link to do the door prize drawing. I'd like you to do that. If you're on my website, it should be there underneath the video that you're watching. And if you're here, it should be an orange button that says door prize. You can go ahead and click on that, and we will get to the door prize drawing. And remember, the door prize this time is a packet of all of the designer series papers that we have in that 4x6 size, so that you can go ahead and make your own cards with that. And I've already cut it, so I know sometimes people have a hard time cutting their designer series paper, but I've already cut this, so that just means I want you to use it. Don't save your paper. Everybody saves their paper thinking that it's going to be the last sheet I ever have. Use your paper. You're going to get more. Everybody does. I love paper. Thank you, Carol. Thanks for joining us. And I love sharing. I love this whole I don't so much love me on the video, but I love to teach people how to stamp. So that's awesome. Okay, so well, how I do the door prize drawing is, like I said, it's going to be this pack of paper here. I have written down a number, have to find it, number 42. So what happens is everybody fills out the door prize slip. It pops into a spreadsheet on Google Docs, and I go check Google Docs. I've chosen a number beforehand, and whoever name shows up on number 42, that's the winner of the door prize. So remember that orders have to be done by, oh, I should pull up that screen so you can actually see the orders need to be done by June 13th using that hostess code. If your order's over $150, do not use the hostess code. You go ahead and take those Stampin' rewards for yourself. At $150, you get $15 in free product for your Stampin' rewards. Then I want you to have that. So I will make sure that you get the prize or the package of whatever I decide to send you, but I want to make sure that you get the Stampin' rewards. And honest to gosh, if your wish list is over $125, which I'm sure most of you are, consider becoming a demonstrator. It's a lot of fun and it's great discount. And honest to gosh, I only did it because I wanted a discount on my stamp stuff. All this other stuff came later, but I still love stamping. So thank you for the wonderful comments. Stampin' Up! Does not do a monthly photopolymer set anymore, Julie. They have they're just sticking right at this point with the catalogs. So, but thanks for asking. Marianne, you're welcome. Ruth Ann, thank you. I sent you a package today. Carol, thank you. Yeah, you guys are great. Thank you very much. Okay, so, oh, yes, we got door prize slips. Okay. Let's see, find the number here. Pam, that's awesome. Pam Pulkey. Pam Pulkey at Gmail. I think it's hysterical, Pam, because I think I just sent you a package, but you're going to get another package of stuff, so that's all right. Everybody loves free stuff. So that's awesome. Pam, you don't even need to send me your email or your address because I think I already have it, so that's fabulous. I would like to see a you. Oops, there's some, I see some comments going up here on, oh, there are a few comments. Okay, so we talked about, okay, I did that. Somebody said something about the Stays-On cleaner. Yeah, I would not personally use Stays-On cleaner on my photopolymer stamps. Just stick with regular cleaner, and if they get really sticky or really dirty, pop them in a sink full of water with a little Dawn soap. But do not use the Stays-On cleaner. I heard it's not good for them. I don't know for a fact what it does. So I'm glad we got that one covered in there. I love it. Thanks for answering questions. That's awesome. I like it when people are over on other parts of the internet answering questions for people. So if there are no further questions, it's time to say goodnight. I went a little bit over, but I knew that I would because I had a few other things I wanted to share with you. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm going to stick around on the internet here between Facebook and YouTube and my website, so I'll be checking. So if you have other questions, feel free to message me, send me an email, whatever. Thank you. Thanks for coming. I look forward to it. I can't wait till next time. I'm going to work with the butterflies and the new flower set in the new catalog. Those are on my list of things I want to play with. So I will see you soon. Speak to you soon. Take care and have a good night.